What is chocolate? The story of chocolate began in Central America as early as 4,000 years ago when the Olmec people and then Aztecs first began to brew the beans from the cocoa plants. The Aztecs believed that the beans themselves were a divine gift from the god of wisdom and were believed to instill strength and aphrodisiac powers in all who imbued them. There is additionally strong archaeological evidence that the pulped beans of the cacao plant were fermented into an alcoholic drink that may have had a ritualistic as well as a social function. The chocolate beans themselves were highly prized and used as a form of currency as well as in bartering. Documents dating from the time of the Aztecs indicate that 100 fresh cacao beans were exchanged for a large turkey. The original drinking chocolate was the complete opposite today's popular drink. It was a dark and very bitter concoction, to which varying amounts of spices, pureed fruits and vegetables, as well as wine, were added. On a darker note, and perhaps because of its supposed divine properties, these early chocolate brews had a role in the mass human sacrifices once common in Central America. Victims were given a measure of chocolate mixture laced with the blood of previous victims. Terminology chocolate comes from the processing of beans from the Theobroma cacao, which means food of the gods plant and related species. The word cacao is used in reference to any raw beans prior to processing. The word chocolate refers to any derivative of the beans, with the term cocoa referring to any powdered form of chocolate. The word chocolate is a Mesoamerican word meaning bitter brew. The Columbus connection. There is a degree of uncertainty as to who brought chocolate to Europe via the Spanish court. However, history tells us that it was Christopher Columbus was the first European to come across the cacao beans when during his fourth mission he noticed that the indigenous peoples attached great significance to beans which were formerly considered a type of almond. A consignment of these almonds, that we now know were cacao beans, were taken back to Spain. The historical record indicates that this encounter occurred in August 1502, and at around this time the Spanish conquistador Hernando Cortés is thought to have been welcomed by the Aztec king Montezuma. The latter believed the former to be a reincarnated deity and welcomed him and his soldiers with an enormous festival that included drinking a chocolate brew. Due to the bitter taste of the brew, the invaders added honey or cane sugar, which became the custom which additionally ensured that drinking chocolate became very popular throughout Europe. The rest is history. From the early 16th century to the mid-18th century, consuming chocolate in all its forms was a pastime only for those that could afford it. The drink itself was thought to be highly nutritious, have strongly medical properties and, of course, generally considered to be a potent aphrodisiac. Only toward the end of the 17th century, when mass production began, did the price of chocolate fall, meaning that the population could start enjoying chocolate. By the late 1800s, companies such as Cadbury's were selling boxes of chocolate, perhaps the first classic old-fashioned sweets marketed in the UK in the 21st century. The term chocolate is considered to cover an enormous range of sweet treats which are most certainly a world away from the original meaning of the term. Check out our website at www.theonlinesweetcompany.com and browse our chocolate section for our range of sweetly delectable chocolate goodies.